Hey everybody, we are back. This is Greg from KillerReviews.com, and I am recording part 2 of my board game collection update video. And my kids are here. I planned that perfectly. Why are you staring at me? You can talk during this. It's okay. This is a very casual thing. Bryn has no underwear on. That might be illegal if I videotape my daughter naked. Ooh, that coffee is so good. No sugar. So stupid. I had a piece of pizza for breakfast, but I'm not having sugar in my coffee. Okay. So let's continue talking about the... Gage, what's your favorite board game we have? Your favorite game? Flux? Seagulls. Alright, so let's go through this. I'm sure my kids will make an appearance at some point. Yeah, my daughter loves all these board games I have here. She sees, my kids come in, and my son's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm recording a video on board games." My daughter sees, she's the stack of board games here. And she goes, I want to play. And she asked to play this game. The first thing she did was she wants to play this game. I told you, they're obsessed with memory. It's right here. We already talked about it.
I'm obsessed with that, not the memory.
No, I said Bryn. Bryn. This is Bryn's obsession, and this is Gage's obsession.
All of those games.
Even Boss Monster?
I mean, all of the Flux games.
Yeah, I know. You absolutely love Flux. Okay. Hey, Bryn, you need to put some underwear on. Alright, let's jump into a couple of kids' games. Candyland. We all know this game. Everybody knows this game. Everybody's played this game a million times growing up. But I do want to review this because I have some thoughts on this, right? I don't know. Maybe it's because, I have a serious fondness for Candyland. And maybe it's because I grew up playing it, right? But I really think it's because the game is so happy and fluffy and full of chocolate gingerbread men and clouds, right? And candy. It's literally like if you were a kid, just go find some underwear. Go put some underwear on. It's literally if you were a kid and you fell asleep and the best dream in the planet was to go to Candyland and hang out with these cool candy men and walk bridges of chocolate, right? I mean, it's a dream, right? And I feel like the game captures this amazing Candyland. But what they did is, in this edition, this was $8 at Walmart. They changed... Bryn, you can put your own underwear on. Come on, dude. Pull them up. They have these new... The game is completely different. Oh, so now we autofocus. The game is completely different nowadays. Right? I mean, it's completely different. And instead of the cards, if you remember, you had a stack of cards, you drew cards. Instead of the cards, they have this. This drives me crazy. I want my cards back. There we go, Bryn. Here, you can hang out with me during the Candyland review. Come here. Ugh! You gotta fix your hair. You're on TV.
When you do the Flux review, can I do it with you?
Well, I've already done it.
Aww.
I'm sorry, buddy. I talked about you in the whole thing, though. Alright, Bryn will show you the pieces.
Here's Jammerman.
Jammerman. The spinner, I can see why they did this, right? You don't have to make 40 or 50 cards, right? You can just get the spinner. And it does the same thing. But here's my major problem. Is these special... I'm sorry, if you don't have kids, and you play hardcore board games, I apologize. But a lot of listeners, a lot of viewers have kids, and I just feel like we need to talk about some of these things because they bother me. The problem with the new Candyland is You don't necessarily land on the special.
Let's have a family.
Okay, Bryn, quiet down, please. I'm sorry, Bryn. I'm just trying to talk about something. You can hold pieces up if you want. My problem is you don't always hit these special candy places to go on those special places in the board. But when you had the cards, you were guaranteed the card would come up at some point. So it really does change the game. And of course the board is smaller. I mean, this is a compact version of Candyland. They basically said, how can we make this game as cheap as possible? So the board game, I'd rather pay $20 for a copy of Candyland and have a really nice edition of it. So what I'm going to do is, I do this a lot, is I'm going to look at different versions of Candyland and pick the one that is the best version. This is fine for now, and it does get the Candyland fix out, for the kids. But I'm going to look through the other versions and find a better version of this board game. Because I really miss the old board and I miss the cards. So I don't recommend this version of Candyland. It's okay if you don't really care and you just want the kids to play Candyland. It'll do the job. But if you really want the best edition, this is not the version you want.
This one.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about one of Bryn's favorite games.
Some people don't want cards. Maybe want the other one.
You're right. Maybe, Gage. Maybe that's true.
So it's maybe not the best.
Well, the problem is, Gage, I'm always right. So that's probably the argument.
That's right.
Okay, my son's a heckler. He just watches the video on the sidelines. He's like 6 feet from me, and he keeps heckling me. I'm only teasing, Gage. All right, it's another one of my daughter's favorite games. I really like the Frozen stuff because I like the movie Frozen a lot. I don't know, like the images. Oh no! Oh, my daughter just hit the off button on my computer. Wow, we almost just lost the video. Okay, so this is a basically Chutes and Ladders / Candyland. You go along the colored path. Same thing, you have a spinner. Exactly just like Candyland, right? You have a spinner. And you go along trying to get to the end by spinning the colors. And then you have ice slides where you go back. It's really annoying, though, because there's some parts in the game that are loops. So you will literally, you'll roll, 10 spaces, whatever. You'll go up 10 spaces, hit the slide, come back down the slide, and go back 10 spaces. And then go back up. Because basically, if you spin one of those snowflakes, there's 3 snowflakes showing, the big blue snowflakes. If you hit one of those, you go immediately forward to the next slide and slide down. And sometimes you have to spin the spinner probably 5 times in a row without hitting any one of those 3 blue snowflakes. And if you hit one of them within 5 tries, you have to go back 10 spaces. So you literally spend 10 minutes going in a loop.
But what is it?
Up 10 spaces, down the slide, up 10 spaces, down the slide. Literally, it's so broken. I actually had to change. We have a house rule now. You can't fall down 3 times in a row. Then if you do 3 times, you skip it. But this was like $10. What? Yes, Gage?
What if you're at the bottom, it goes up to the top, and then you gotta go up to the top?
Yeah, sometimes that works, but not a lot.
And then you
Okay.
open it.
So that's Frozen, Chutes and Ladders type thing. Okay, why don't we let Daddy record the video, and I will talk to you in a bit, okay? Okay, that's kind of it for my kids section. So let's talk about one of my favorite games I own. Boom! This game is so badass. You see those squares like with the pictures. There's a picture of a helicopter. There's a picture of a castle. There's a picture of it looks like cliffs, right? There's roughly 20 tiles. I'm not sure how many tiles there are. Maybe 24 island tiles. Okay. The object, I hate how it's the cover is on backwards. So that drives me nuts too. Like if you have the cover like that and you flip it over, it should still be the right way. I'll tell you, like if you talk to collectors, man, like they really care about. And I do. You know, I'm a really big collector. I don't spend a ton of money on it. I don't have a huge collection of anything, but I have a little bit of everything. You know, I have a room full of stuff I've collected. But it's really, really funny how, you want your binding artwork to be the same if it's a series or whatever. But anyway, Forbidden Island, you have 24 tiles. It's up to 6 players. 6 players. But the best thing is, for me, honestly, is you can play by yourself. Because I don't have a lot of people I can contact to play this. My son plays a lot of games with me, and my daughter plays a lot of these type things with us. But Gage has played Forbidden Island a few times. So you have 24 tiles of the island. I'm gonna dumb down how to play the game because there's a lot of other rules as well. But basically, every turn, tiles get flipped over, and that's called flooded. And you'll see in the artwork here, the light blue tiles. The light blue tiles have been flooded. That's why they're like blued. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're blued. That's a word. So if they're blue, that means they're flooded. If they get flooded while they're blue, if they get hit again with water, they're gone forever. And well, the point of the game is your adventurers. There's like an engineer, an explorer, a diver, a pilot, a messenger. Each person has their own ability. And these people have come to the island to gather 4 treasures. You have to get the 4 treasures before the island sinks and you die, basically. And to get a treasure, you have to have 4... every turn you get 2 cards. And sometimes, there's different types of cards, but the main type of card is a treasure card. There's like a yellow treasure, a red treasure, a purple, and a teal, I think it is. So you have to collect 4 of the treasure cards of the same card, and then make it to that tile, because certain tiles have the ability to give you the treasure. Water Rise. Right, yeah, there's Water Rise cards too. So you have to try to get the 4 treasures before the island sinks. If you get the 4 treasures, you can fly off the island, you win the game. That's a very simplified version of how to, an explanation of how to play. Or what the point of the game is. So some of the major pros of this game is it's very cooperative. I love games where you work together. I'm not a competitive person at all. I don't care about winning. I don't care about losing. I could lose 10 games in a row, and it wouldn't bother me for a second. I just don't care. But I love working together and talking as a team. I played this the other night with my friend Melissa for like 4 hours. And it was, the whole time okay, so if you take your guy and use the helicopter card to fly this person over here, I can trade you these 2, or I can give you these 2 cards. And then you can take your last turn to move over to the tile that has the treasure card and then get the treasure. Or the conversation could be, my pilot, okay, so maybe I'll go over here, and each turn you can choose to flip cards over. It's called tiles. To flip tiles over is called shoring up. So at every turn, piece of tiles flood. But you can also choose to take some of each turn you have 3 moves. Each turn you have 3 moves. You can literally take those 3 moves to call shore up tiles and put them back so they're not flooded. So you have to really work together as a team. When Melissa and I played, we each played 2 people. You know, it's a 6. You can play up to 6 people, but you can play all 6 people by yourself. It doesn't matter, like, because it's a cooperative game. So we played each 2 people, and we had to. We actually did win. We played 3 games. It's a very hard game to win. We played 3 games, and we won the 3rd game. And we played on novice level, which is the easiest level you can do. And a key component of the game is this card right here. And as my son Gage was saying, you get water. You know, at the end of every turn, you get. Thank you, Bren. This is one of the treasures. At the end of every turn, you know, you get 2 cards. One of them could be a treasure card. I guess I'm spending more time on this than I thought I was going to, but why not? It's an awesome game. This is the treasure card. But sometimes you'll pull what's called a water card. Water rises. I don't see any right in front of me, but you can pull a card, one of these cards. It could be that. It could be one of the treasures, but it could be a card that pushes the water up. So each time this goes up, so now it's gone up a few times. Now 3 tiles are flooded, and then it keeps going up, and now 4 tiles are flooded. And then if it gets here, you lose the game. Okay, so enough about like how to play the game.
I'm trying to find a water-rise card so you can see what it looks like. I found one.
Okay, here's a water-rise card. When that card's drawn, bad things happen. This goes up. It's really nasty.
1 that goes up. 1.
Okay, so the major pros of this game is it's cooperative. The presentation is phenomenal. You have the treasures, you know, the cards, the tiles. The tiles are a really, really good hard cardboard. The game's like $16 on Amazon right now, I believe. It is such a cool game. Yeah.
We'll play this.
Yeah. Well, we'll play some games after. I promise.
My raid games.
Yeah, I got it from my local game shop. I paid $20 for it. This is so worth it. My only complaint about Forbidden Island, okay? My only major problem with it is that there is a ton of luck involved. All right, like when you play the game, if you're a pretty smart person, it's very easy, in my opinion, to see like what the best move is, right? Like it's not like Access and Allies. Shh. It's not like Access and Allies when you're sitting there like thinking for 10 minutes about your entire army and what countries to take over, what troops to buy. It's nowhere near that strategic. Okay, it's kind of a simple game, and the problem is if you don't get good cards, it's all about the matches. Like some games, like let's say if you draw 2 cards and they're the same treasure, the same color, and on the first turn one of your people have 2 of the same color cards. That's a really big deal. That helps a lot. But sometimes you'll play and nobody gets even 2 of the same color for like a half an hour. Or probably like 20 minutes. And you're kind of almost sure to lose. Because you have to make up that time by trading. And, you know, trading cards takes turns. And every time you take a turn, to trade a card, you can't take a turn to unflood a tile. So there is a ton of luck involved in this game. If you're just a moron and don't know what you're doing, then you're going to lose much faster anyway. But you could play very, very smart, like not make a mistake for a second on the easiest level, and still lose because you got bad cards. That's my only problem. And the game I played, you know, that's also an app. It's also an app in the Apple Store, and I probably played between the app and the actual game. I probably played 30 times, and every single time it comes down to literally a hair when you get off the island. It's because the water, you only have so much time because the water continues to rise the whole game. So I wish it wasn't such luck involved. But I spent like 10 minutes on this. I don't know. I love the game. It's in my top 3 that I own. Forbidden Island. I absolutely love the game. Yes, Gage. Let me just get rid of some of these here.
Monster Boss is also an app.
Yes, Monster Boss. We talked about Monster Boss earlier.
But not the app.
We did talk about the app. It is also an app. Let me have some coffee.
I don't know what game you talked about. And I don't know what...
That's perfectly fine, Gage. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about one more game here. I think I'm going to do a part 3 of this video, I guess. I picked up Stratego. And I'll tell you what, I got this for $4 at the thrift store. And I'm going to have to remove this because it gets really sticky. But I have stuff called like Goo Gone, I think it is. And it'll take off this without leaving the sticky residue. Because these stickers are real pain. But there's no way this is staying on in my collection. But so I picked, Goodwills, thrift stores. You can get games for $1, and I'm going to go over quite a few games I picked up. Most of the games I have left are older games that I picked up at thrift stores. But this game, I haven't played this game. I can remember playing it in 2nd grade. My 2nd grade classroom, which Gage is going to go to next year, 2nd grade. My 2nd grade classroom had this game in the back, and I can remember playing it. I have not played it since. Okay? And no, not the one I went to. I can show you my school sometime, though. It's actually not that far away. Bless you. So, I don't even know if I'm ever going to play this game. I know obviously it's one of the staples of board game history. I see this game everywhere. And I know it's a really good game. I know it's a great game. I believe it's kind of like chess in a way. That's how the board's set up. And different units do different things. But it's not exactly like chess. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the idea. I mean, look, it looks like that. Or checkers or whatever. But the reason I bought this is it is in such good shape. This is like brand new condition. The box is really good quality. And usually, like a lot of board games, you see like the side of the box start splitting. But this is really heavy cardboard. It feels like you're holding something. And if you're going to buy a board game at a thrift shop, you better count the pieces. Because 75% of the time, they're not all going to be there. But this has 2 nice bags for each of the pieces. And this is what's most important. You have to put the stickers on when you buy the game. You have to put the stickers on the pieces yourself. And the person that did this did a very good job of putting the stickers on. I pulled the only one out that he did a crappy job on. He did a very good job of putting the stickers. I don't know why that will not focus. It's so annoying. Maybe it's a setting on my camera. But he did a very good job of putting the stickers on all the pieces, which is why I bought it. Because I've seen other versions where in thrift stores where the stickers were not put on with much care, and I didn't buy the board game. But this game looks like it was never played. I knew I wouldn't find a better version unless it was brand new of the game, like a better copy of it. It's literally mint condition. It has the instructions. I don't buy games unless they have the instructions. Just because I like to have a complete set. But the board, it looks like it was never used. So I never played Stratego for like $4. So I couldn't pass that up. I thought it would be a good one for my collection. All right, we're going to take a break and do part 3 of the series. So thanks everybody for watching. This is Greg with KillerReviews.com. Check out the website. We're going on 11 years, I think, online, and we have one of the few forums left for movie, video game, tabletop websites. And we have a great community on there. I also do a podcast called the Killer Reviews Podcast, and we're on episode like 165 or something like that. We've been doing that for years as well. And the podcast will soon have obviously some tabletop discussion. We review a lot of 80s movies on there. Some video game talk, interviews. So check out the Killer Reviews Podcast. And thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give a thumbs up, please. And also subscribe to the channel. Love to have you. And I will be recording part 3 next. Thanks for watching. Bye.